Mr. Vice President, Consul General, Ambassadors, Minister, Honorees, Secretary of State and distinguished guests, I've actually been given an impossible job this afternoon. I've been asked to introduce John Fitzpatrick in 1 minute, maybe two. Well, to do John justice would take me 1 hour, maybe two. Therefore, can I suggest respectfully that when you go home to your own houses this evening or back to the office this afternoon, if you make it, that you look John Fitzpatrick up on Google. There you will find everything you need to know. His academic record, but in the meantime, can I just tell you some things about the John Fitzpatrick that I know? As Neil has said, I, along with my colleagues from Tourism Ireland who are here today, have spent most of my professional life trying to persuade people to go to Ireland on vacation. We tell them that they're going to have a fantastic time, and a big bit of the promise is that they will receive a wonderful, warm Irish welcome, the like of which they will never get anywhere else. Well, ladies and gentlemen, John Fitzpatrick personifies what we mean by that Irish welcome. His wit, his warmth, his elegance and grace, his sense of fun, his sense of mischief, and his genuine interest in finding out what makes people happy and then doing something about it marks him as a truly wonderful ambassador for that aspect of Ireland and that aspect of Irish life. John also embodies what is meant by that old adage that if you want something done well, you should ask a busy person. John is a busy person. Not alone does he run his own hugely successful hotels here in New York, but his peers have elected him, his peer hoteliers have elected him not just once, not just twice, but 3 times to serve as their chairman representing the Hotel Association of New York. And if that wasn't enough, he's about to take over as the chairman of the American Hotel and Lodging Association, which represents the industry at a national level in the United States. So, as you can imagine with all that, John actually has a huge amount of spare time, and John uses his spare time to work for those who are less fortunate, with a particular interest in children and in Northern Ireland and in the peace process. I'll just mention 2 of the many charities that I could mention. One is that RTE, Ireland's national television broadcasting service, honoured him with a programme called The Secret Millionaire that showed the great work that he does quietly and behind the scenes in Ireland. He also founded a foundation in honour of his late parents, the great Etna and Paddy Fitzpatrick, and they have done absolutely superb work, again, for children's causes, but also for reconciliation causes in Northern Ireland and indeed cross-border. So well on that score as well, John. And if that wasn't enough, just last Monday in Washington, D.C., John was elected to succeed the wonderful, no, the extraordinary Loretta Brennan Luxman as the chairman of the Ireland Funds. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you a man with a big smile and an even bigger heart, John Fitzpatrick.
Well, Joe, thank you. That was such a great introduction, I nearly believed it myself. Well, good morning or good afternoon, everybody. I'm truly humbled to receive this honour alongside the other distinguished guests here this morning. But most importantly, our great Vice President, Joe Biden. On that topic, Mr. Vice President, I just want to say you were greatly missed at the White House party the other night. But we all knew that you were in Rome after looking after the new Pope. But even the President observed that it was unusual for you to miss an Irish party. And he actually said, literally, said the only thing that could keep the Vice President away from the White House on St. Patrick's Day was the installation of a new Pope. You know, now, for nearly 30 years, the Irish American magazine has played an important role in helping to maintain the cultural identity of the Irish here in the United States. And I am truly honoured by this recognition here today. This group of honorees have done so much good work, not just for the Irish, but for the society in general, and being included in such a group is truly an honour itself. But it's also important to note that the Irish American Hall of Fame is headquartered at the Dunbrody Famine ship back in New Ross, County Wexford. And this is very special to me, as this is where I was born in Wexford and did my young childhood, spent most of my young childhood down there in Wexford. So I'm really looking forward to going back and visiting it. The museum located serves to remind us all about our roots and where we came from. It also reminds us of who first came here to escape that horrible, the Great Famine. They overcame a lot and helped build America into the great country it is today. And Irish America certainly have to be a great location for the Hall of Fame. And finally, I've been told 1.5 minutes, and I'm sticking to it, is I wouldn't be up here today without the great support I have around me. And besides my family at home, I have a great family here. And that's all my guys who work for me in the 2 Fitzpatrick hotels here in New York, led up by Shane Cookman and Peter Kidd. But they're my real family here in New York. And to all of you in this room, because by helping to make this company of mine a success, it has allowed us to support the causes that we care about. And finally, I want to thank the team at Irish American for this wonderful honour. Patricia Harty and Neil O'Dowd have been good friends for me for many years, going back to the very early days when I opened my first hotel here on Lexington Avenue in 1991. They do so much good work for Irish America and for the success of it, and I salute them for all they do. So Patricia and Neil, thank you, and everybody in this room, thank you for this great honour.